good, guys. I love this theme. It's a bonding experience for everybody.
Okay, we're back.
We're back on? Okay, good. Yeah, we are.
Yep.
Cool.
Sorry.
Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that.
I mean, I guess technical difficulties are our thing.
Yeah.
So enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone froze, and I was like, "It's me! It's immediately me! What? Oh no!"
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did
Okay.
we
All right. So, what have you guys decided on? Are you going to go back to Lady Nisha, or are you going into the Bronx to find Liam?
Let's
Nisha.
go, Lady Nisha, report back, and then we can go do whatever.
Very good.
That's
I feel
the
like we
agreement.
need to tell her what's up.
Okay. Excuse me. So Darius then goes, all right, hate to interject, but where are we going?
The heart.
Very good then. And he opens up the doors politely and waits for you all to get in. Once everyone makes their way into the car, he gently closes the door behind everybody, hops into his seat, closes. Who's in the front seat, by the way?
Oh,
All right, Cassandra got shy.
actually, no. I don't think she would have climbed in the shotgun. For one, she didn't scream shotgun. I think she would climb in next to wherever Dorian is.
Sounds
Okay.
about right.
Right, so who's in front then?
Could be.
Yours is still in the back.
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right, so Morgana is up front. As he gets in, he closes the window behind, closing off the back areas to the front area. Then he goes, all right, new face in the front. Put your belt on. We'll get along, all right?
Yeah.
And he starts heading off towards the heart of the city. It's a relatively quiet, smooth ride. He's taking his time to get there, just to make it a more relaxing ride than the trip from Gilda's over to the hospital, which was a little aggressive, we'll say. This is a more easy, even keel drive. So you guys get back to the heart of the city, and you make your way in. You go through all the rigmarole that you typically do, and once you get into the inner sanctum, you see that Lady Nisha's chamber doors are open, and that she is standing in the doorway of her chamber, arms crossed and waiting.
Dear, we appear to be in trouble.
Good thing we decided to come here first.
Morgana will approach. That went well. How do I look?
Fabulous, darling.
Are you asking Lady Nisha
Yeah,
how
I
you
was
look?
asking Lady Nisha.
Okay, she just goes, But she motions for you all to come inside.
Dear. Verse falls behind.
So once you all make your way inside, she slowly closes the door behind you, walks over to her table full of maps and pulls out a large marker, makes a circle around a certain spot in what Ambrose would definitely know as the Garment District. A big red circle. And she hovers over it and goes, so, how did it go? And she does not look up from her map or other papers as she starts sorting through a ledger and going through different loose papers that are on the desk.
Without saying anything, Cassandra's going to take the crumpled up newspaper with the 2-year-old's crayon drawing of the symbol and just slide it on the map, like right in her eyesight. Just slide it.
Okay. And you see her stop moving and look at it for a moment and then continue on. As she starts nodding her head and makes a small X within that circle that she just made.
Just as Dragon. They mentioned
Say that name again, please.
Dragon, the guy I was telling you about earlier. They mentioned him by name. One got away. He faded into mist. do that.
One got away.
Who is this they that you're speaking of?
We got jumped.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we
And
took you
how
down.
many were there?
3, 4? 3, 4?
Three of
Okay.
them.
3 of them?
And one of them got away, you said. Hmm?
Like a coward, yes.
He just poofed, darling, into a mist and flooded away. Really couldn't do anything about that.
She starts nodding, and she picks up the piece of paper that Cassandra slid over, and she starts looking at it, and then she looks over her shoulder and points the paper to one of the bookshelves. And as you all look in the direction that she's motioning the picture, you see that Travis comes into view. Travis is sitting on top of the bookshelf, and you see his golden eyes flicker at every one of you. Looks at the sigil and starts signing to Lady Nisha slowly, but with intensity at the same time. You see her nod, then looks back at the rest of the party and goes, "Now, how many of you know of this Dragon?"
Do I?
I don't know.
Actually, do you? You do. You do, that's right. You would know of him, having been in the city for long enough.
I
Would
probably
Vance?
wouldn't.
No.
What? Were you at his art installation too? The art gallery. That was. I didn't see you there.
I've been around a lot longer. His name has been mentioned more than just in an art gallery.
Then Lady Nisha takes the paper, folds it up a few times, and says, "I think it best that we have you speak with Lady Kafara on this matter." At this point, Travis hops down from the bookshelf and makes his way out of the chamber and into the inner sanctum. As he walks past, he kind of just stares you all down a little bit and just walks right through you guys, pretty much. Lady Nisha offers for you guys to exit her chamber first, and once you all get out, she closes it behind her, and she asks you to follow her over to the next room, where she then says for you to just wait outside for just a moment. Stay put, please. She then walks into the next chamber and closes the door quickly behind her. A flickering blue light then comes from within, and you can just see the corner of a tattered rug before the door is closed shut. A few moments later, you can feel the air by your feet get pulled into the cracks from the bottom of the door. As you look around the inner sanctum, you see all the other vampires who are in the room. You see that their pant legs and their dress bottom starts to riffle as air is being pulled in, and they all stop what they're doing and look in your direction, not at you, but at the chamber door, with a bit of confusion and a bit of fear.
Just got this.
Several moments later, the doors open up, and Lady Kafara is now standing before you, greeting you with a very warm smile, looking flawless in her stance, her features and the form-fitting lace dress, which trails behind her as she moves from the chamber and into the inner sanctum. And she makes her way over to the trio of chairs against the far wall. While she's walking, Lady Nisha is making her way across the room and gently raps on the door that Lord Astaroth was last seen peering from in the evening before. As that door opens, you see him again open the door just a crack to poke his grotesque little head out. He scans the room, sees Lady Kafara, and quickly bounds out of his chamber, almost tripping over Lady Nisha. The two of them then begin to follow Lady Kafara to the 3 seats in the wall. As the room watches in silence, as you see her delicately sit in her center seat, her smile never falters. Her gentle eyes looking over at all her children, and they purse into crescent moons as her smile broadens, full of love. Lady Nisha then takes a seat to Lady Kafara's right, and Astaroth the one to her left. Not a soul moves within the sanctum. Everyone looks a bit on edge and perplexed, almost as if they were not expecting to see Lady Kafara, let alone to see the 3 elders take their seats.
Oh. Cool.
So then Lady Kafara begins speaking. And she says, "Good evening, my children. I know you are not accustomed to seeing me so quickly again after last night's meeting. I assure you everything is as it is meant to be. The reason for my attendance tonight is for that of education to our new family members. And some of you who have been with us for a short enough time to possibly not heard the full scope of what is about to be told to you. Please, everyone, make yourselves comfortable."
We do so.
Vance is
Are there
making sure his
seats?
thing is zipped up.
Gotcha. Okay. So you zip
there,
up,
like,
you tuck
chairs?
the necklace in a little tighter, and then you retuck it a few more times more, and you're making sure that the zipper's about to jump off of your jacket. Like, okay, all right, nothing. Good.
I don't care how many points of augury you have, you are not seeing this.
At this point, Morgana's she's made like a little makeshift mask, and she's like sliding it up, like
Okay,
Out of the
cool. So
shirt.
like so
Yeah.
you're doing the whole, you know what? I'm just they
like a
can't see
bandana.
me, I can't see
No,
them. We're just
it's under her eyes. She's ashamed of the scratches.
Oh, okay, all right. So then you push the mask up, and you're like you're pushing off to the side and everything. You're checking to make sure, and
Making
you're
sure that
feeling
it's, like,
along. You're feeling along the edges to make sure that the scratches aren't visible. And when you feel like a little spot, you tug a little bit on this side while feeling on the other side. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dorian doesn't move.
What is Ambrose doing?
He'll lean over to Morgana. Why do I feel like we're naked and they could see everything? Are we in trouble? We did what we were told.
I think
don't
you
know.
are in trouble.
Why would I be in trouble? What did I do?
She's gonna take his hand and just kind of hold it tight. It's okay. Got your back.
We didn't. Thought. Can't be
You
in trouble.
exposed yourself. You broke the masquerade. You were supposed to be missing.
I see now. And he just starts stepping back, trying to tug away from Cassandra, and glances towards the door or anywhere to escape.
She's gonna pull him back.
As you glance towards the door, you see Travis is standing at the door, arms folded, and he looks a bit beefier now because he's taken off his shirt, and you see that he is just like cut.
Mizzy, why did we have to say that? We're intellectuals, that's why.
Cassandra, he's not old enough.
All right, so Dorian, what are you doing as this is all happening?
He's unmoved. He's whatever. He's crossing the arms,
Okay.
just waiting. He's comfortable where
Okay.
he's at.
Cool. And Cassandra, what are you up to?
right next to Dorian, just watching the elders, kind of like a deer in headlights, like,
Mm-hmm. Okay. The other group of vampire that were all behind you all, they make their way to the several long tables that are in the back corner, and they just take seats, and they all turn the chairs outward to face the elders, and they sit silently, without touching any of the the um, the flatware or anything else that's on the table. They're making a very strong effort to not make any noise, almost as if they want to make their presence unknown in the room. And then Lady Kafara continues. It has come to my attention that a name has been circulating in whispers once again. A name that we have come to associate with trouble and sadness. The name I am referring to is none other than Dragon.
Bruce just he swoons a little bit and falls against. Oh God! God!
For those of you who are not familiar with the name Dragon, he is the leader of the Bruja clan here in the city. Many years ago, he and his clan were a part of our extended family and had a seat here within the Camarilla. Though his actions did not align with the views and ideals of the way of the Camarilla, let alone the betterment of vampire kind. It was with a heavy heart and much deliberation that I and the other clan leaders of the city's Camarilla branch found it best to exile him and his clan from our group. This was not an easy decision. But had we let he and his clan continue to do as they wish, the veil of secrecy would have fallen years ago. It is from our quick intervention and continued oversight from a distance that we have kept the secrecy of vampire kind from the mortals. We have established several sanitation companies that specialize in the removal of the atrocities that the Bruja continue to perform within city limits. Sometimes these same companies are called upon to clean our own accidents and messes. Tonight, our newest members had an unfortunate run-in with 3 of those that serve under Dragon, who even had the stupidity to say his name before they fled, when they realized they were outmatched. I applaud you 5 for not only showing the Bruja that Clan Ventru is still a force to be reckoned with, and also for keeping our existence a secret when dealing with our mortal vendor. I would like to give you all assurance that there is no need to worry about Dragon or the Bruja. We have always been and always will be monitoring them, and any instance that needs our intervention quickly gets handled appropriately and with extreme prejudice. I would not put much of any energy in thinking the Bruja will be coming out of the dark and start an uprising. Our intelligence from across the city suggests completely otherwise. We are safe, my children, and we will stay this way so long as we stay true to the masquerade and listen to our elders and clan leaders. I promise you to never lead you astray, as I have yet to do in the over 200 years that I have managed New York City and its many covens of kindred. I beg of you to please come to me if you have any questions. There are no questions too small, as information is always a valuable resource. And she sits there, smiling just as lovingly as she did when she walked out of the chambers. And she looks out upon not just you all, but the entire coven. Lord Astaroth is shifting in his seat a little bit, his eyes darting around, and once again his tongue starts lapping out, tasting the air around. And Lady Nisha, she's slowly riding her hand up and down the handle of her war axe that's attached to her side.
My lady, it was an honor to take care of the traitors for you and the clan.
She smiles graciously in your direction and nods and says, Dorian Calamante, it is a pleasure having you here with us. Your might will be tested, as it has tonight. But for now, know that your actions have done a great deed for our clan and yourself.
Did she say Clemente?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to roll blood on that one. Why did I do this to myself? What's the success rate for blood?
Because it's an elder and you are in the heart of her sanctum, we're going to say it's going to be easy to not freak out. So we'll say difficulty 4.
Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 9.
Okay. All right. So as per usual, you go, I hate names so much. I hate names so much, especially when they're mispronounced. But you hold it all inside, and your face gets, if it could, it would have gotten a bit red.
You get a little stiffer.
Yes.
Come on.
I do apologize. Dorian Clemente. I shan't make the mistake again.
Guys, I found out what the next thing's gonna be. Do we track? Get that counter in there.
I'm gonna have to roll so much blood. Oh my god. It's fine.
Can Morgana raise her hand to ask for permission to speak?
Yep. You raise your hand, and Lady Kafara, she gently offers the floor to you.
She kind of steps forward a little bit, letting go of Ambrose's hand. This is no relation in particular to what we were talking about, but I have been meaning to ask since we are new, and this is all very, very new. Is there any way that you have classes or books available to us to educate us on the other clans and what they're like and what it's like to be a part of that clan?
She looks over at Lord Astaroth and whispers into his ear, and he just nods and then motions over to Lady Nisha. So then Lady Kafara once again leans over to Lady Nisha, whispers, and Lady Nisha nods very sternly and motions in their direction. In your direction, excuse me. And Lady Kafara then goes, you are residing at the Enclave, are you not?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, she nods.
You had a full day rather, to explore the Enclave and its bounty, we shall say, have you not?
Somewhat, but I was more concerned with what would be happening with me and my new friends, so not quite.
I see. Well, if you would like to learn more about the other clans and whatnot, I suggest looking through the library we have installed into your penthouse. You will find a good amount of books there that will give you all the information that you would like to have.
Thank you. And she just kind of does a little bow before backing up.
You hear one vampire in the back stand up and go, "Milady, why did they attack tonight? Why did Dragon's men attack?" And Lady Nisha then stands up and says, They attacked our party because we showed them that we will not be pushed around. Our 5 newcomers were sent on an errand to help one of our vendors. It was the Bruja's mistake for being there at that time. These 5 took care of the matters in their own hands. Understand that word will get back to their clan that they lost a fight. You have nothing to fear about retribution from them, for they are currently with their tail between their legs. And she sits back down slowly, and a few moments later, the vampire in the back sits down and tucks his chair in.
Mental note: don't hire that guy for fights. Ugh.
Do we have any more questions? Now's the time to ask.
Ambrose does not want to be here.
Yeah.
Neither does Vance.
Timidly, Ambrose will step forward.
Okay.
My ladies and lord, I realized tonight I might have done something a little tactless. But perhaps I could be useful in the light. Sometimes when the runway, if there's a mistake, the spotlight will switch from mistake to the one walking down the runway on another section. You see? I thought perhaps it would be better that we shift views, I suppose. I know it was probably wrong, but I figured maybe that was better than everyone seeing a bunch of vampires covered in blood coming out of an alleyway. It's more natural for me to be in the spotlight, but I can be useful there. I could hide there.
The whole time that you're talking, you all notice Lady Nisha is fidgeting uncomfortably in her seat. Lord Astaroth is looking very perplexed when you're speaking. And Lady Kafara, still smiling, very, very lovely smile on her face, simply looks over at the door and says, "Travis, if you'll be a dear, please tell me what happened." And he begins signing, and recounts the events of everything that he saw from the moment you guys got to Gilda's, the fight, the aftermath of the fight, putting the bodies in the dumpster, getting into the car, going to the hospital, and then coming back here. And Lady Kafara goes, "I thank you. As always, your eyes see everything." And the smile slowly fades from her face. And she says, "Ambrose, you have done something that we have tried to prevent since the day we were all embraced.
Vance step forward.
Go ahead.
Vance will step forward and go, he wasn't alone.
Since of course I was alone. Of course I was.
Ambrose?
And she just snaps her finger and says, Vance, we are aware that you were there as well, and that you enticed mortals to come closer to see what was happening. Is this true?
Yes, my lady.
No, you see, I beckoned him. I persuaded him to come. Very charismatic, you see.
No. I did it to try to help draw attention away from our friends so that they didn't get caught with blood all over them.
She starts slowly nodding. And while she's nodding, you see... Actually, everyone give me a perception and investigation. Perception and investigation, difficulty 6.
Where is my perception? Guys, this is intense.
Is perception the first, second, or third on the side?
It should be in the top one.
I know, but like, is it the
It should
first,
be in the
second, or
top.
third?
It should be the center.
What's the difficulty?
I don't have my character sheet, so I have it memorized based on like where they're located. So is it the first one, the second one, or the third one?
So it's all the way to the right.
Is it the
Mental is the top one on the right.
top one? Thank you. Yes, that's the
Okay.
I don't remember what order they're in,
Thank
but I
you,
remember
Kate.
where the dots are.
And then investigation is all the way on the right. It's under knowledge, and it is 4 down.
Difficulty is 6.
I got 6 successes. That is all successes.
Wow,
Yeah, I got all
nice.
With
successes, but I have
two-
4.
With 2 10s, so 2 criticals.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got
3. Okay.
I got 2 successes out of 4, and one of them was a 10.
3 successes
Okay.
with two criticals actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got 2, but one, I got a 10 and a 1.
Okay, so all right. Okay, so cool.
One.
So you did not see anything.
How do you know you have a critical?
If it's a 10.
10.
Oh, you have 2 criticals.
Okay, perfect. So, since everyone has at least one critical, except for Robin, sorry, you all see
Ambrose is scared.
very slowly and very subtly Lady Kafara's fingers start to elongate,
She's fucking Mighty D.
and then her arms start to go further out of her sleeve as the hand now goes past the armrest and like hangs over the side.
That's like Beldam shit.
You then see her legs start to... You couldn't see her feet at all before, and they are now a good foot out from the bottom of her dress, as her legs are elongating as well.
Vance is just gonna step blocking Ambrose, but like step in slightly in front of him.
There's a auditory several pops as you see her slowly getting taller, and even though she was sitting very straight and proper, you now see it get sternly straight, and her neck begins to elongate as well. For Kate, because you had the most successes, you see that her eyebrows and all these strong, sharp points of her facial features get a lot more sharp. Her cheeks start to sink in a bit, her ears start to open up, and her jaw widens and the fangs start to slide out from behind her lips. She then pushes herself up and is now standing 12 feet tall. As she slowly walks over to Ambrose and Vance.
Dorian just takes a quick perusal to see the rest of the room and their reaction to this.
They're not looking.
Oh.
Everyone has now turned their head to the side, except for the other two elders.
Ambrose can't see this, can he? He said he can't see this.
Oh, you see her.
You not
walk
see it.
towards you, but you didn't. You see her get big, but you didn't see it like the whole transformation. You just saw her get up, and now somehow she's a lot bigger. So you didn't see how it all happened like everybody else did, but you just see that Lady Kafar is now 12 fucking feet tall and advancing on you.
Vance definitely steps in between Ambrose and her now.
Ambrose grabs the back of his neck. Stop it, you idiot! She pushes him aside. Lady Cathar, really, I think this was a misunderstanding. Vance had nothing to do with this, and I think this was a misunderstanding. You are quite tall.
And she gets right up to the both of you and slowly reaches out and puts one hand onto either one of your shoulders and then brings her head between the two of you. What you have done this evening goes against everything that we stand for and everything that I have worked on. If you dare try anything like this again, the Room of Pain would be a holiday for you. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, my lady.
Well, I understand what you're saying, and you must have worked quite hard, and I applaud you for that. Oh God. Aren't I different? I can work for you. I can be in the light when you're unable to. Wouldn't it be prudent to use me? A sort of tactic?
When you say to her that you can be in the light when she can't be, you feel her hand dig into your flesh of your shoulder as her nail squeaks against your shoulder blade. The bone of your shoulder blade.
And Ambrose just fucking screams.
And she then says, I know you did not just suggest that you will replace me.
God. No, of course not. Please. No, I didn't suggest that at all. No. I was just offering this to your use. God, please take it out of me. Take it out.
My lady.
As this is happening, go ahead, Vance.
Because, my lady, I think he's suggesting that you use him as limelight to distract the mortals.
And she has her head still facing Ambrose, but then in a serpent-like motion, it twists over and looks over at you and says, we have more than enough avenues to keep the mortals at bay. A newly turned vampire who has their face plastered on billboards and is missing from the public's eye for some time is not the easiest solution at this time. Looking back at Ambrose. And then, from back in the area with the other vampires, you hear a voice that speaks softly, but to Ambrose, it's as if a choir of angels is singing. And you hear Warren say, Lady Kafara, if you please, I have adopted Ambrose as mine. I am his adopted sire. I will not allow such actions to happen again. If you will please, allow me to take the boy. Let me speak with him in private. I will reassure you through my own actions, as you know how loyal that I am to you. The Masquerade, the Ventrue, the Camarilla, everything you have built, my loyalty stands firm and true. Let me take the boy. Please. And you see her looking across the way, slowly making her face turn towards Ambrose again, as she gets cheek to cheek with you, Ambrose, and whispers, not to your ear, but within you, and you hear, that was your only chance. And she lets go of your shoulder, both yours and Vance. She then moves her head over to Vance, cheek to cheek again, not speaking in a whisper, but in your mind you hear her whisper, I asked you before, will we have a problem? In the fact that I know you are a Bruja, though you have abandoned them. Will we have a problem?
No, my lady.
And she just starts to walk backwards, not taking her eyes off of you two. Almost knowing exactly her footing, she backs up, sits back down on her throne, as her body begins to slowly take back its proper form.
Stumbles back, holding his shoulder.
Can Morgana step forward and just pull him back?
Yep.
Okay, she's just gonna wrap her arms around him.
Anna, please, darling. I don't think I'd like to be touched right now.
Sorry.
It was such a nice shirt. Such a lovely shirt.
Warren then comes up behind you, doesn't touch you, steps in front of you, and you see his face. If a vampire could have a more pale face, his is white as paper, and he looks exceptionally concerned, and a slight bit of frustration on his face. He nods at you and then stands at your side.
Ambrose looks at him and just mouths, I'm sorry.
We will speak of this later. For now, you stay silent.
Yes, Warren.
Lady Kafara then starts to smile again. My children, I do believe we've had enough educating tonight. If there's nothing else, I shall retire. Does anyone have anything else they want to ask, bring forward, say?
Nope.
You sure? As as she stands up, Lord Astaroth and Lady Nisha, they stay seated. Lady Kafara then makes her way into her chamber, and the door slowly shuts behind her. The rest of the vampires behind you then get out of their seats, still waiting in attention, and they wait as Lord Astaroth and Lady Nisha then make their stand and exit to their chambers. Once all 3 doors have been shut, the rest of the vampires in the area, a soft murmur comes over the room as they get into small groups and discuss what just happened.
I want to leave.
Me too.
I don't want to be here. Can we go?
Only if Ambrose is able to leave. Can't just
And
leave
he
him.
just stands by Warren, just not speaking as he's been instructed.
Warren then goes, I will be right back. Take a seat and speak to no one. As he then walks over to Lady Nisha's room, knocks politely, waits a few moments till the door opens, and is welcomed in as the door closes behind him. For those of you that said that you wanted to leave, you look over at the entrance, and you see that Travis is still there. No longer arms crossed, more relaxed, but he's still standing like a sentry at the gate.
Well,
Ambrose.
we'll meet you at the car, Ambrose. Just try to shuffle us out the door, maybe.
Morgana's gonna try and stay.
Ambrose sits right down and just stares at the wall, hands clasped, as if he's waiting outside the principal's office, and he's not talking to anybody. Just staring at a wall.
Hey, Vance, what are you up to?
Can Vance just book it to the club?
Oh, you want to go just...
No
Go
thought,
clubbing?
just book it to somewhere he is comfortable with.
Yeah, sure, yeah. You can, so you'll be pushing out with Dorian. Who else was leaving with Dorian? Cassandra, I'm sure you're out, right? All right, Cassandra's dipping, Dorian's dipping, Vance is dipping. Morgana, what are you doing?
I'm staying. She's gonna
You're staying.
Sit beside him and in quiet
Cool.
and silence.
Cool. All right, so the 3 of you guys get into the elevator. Well, you walk past Travis, who doesn't even bother to look in your direction. But as you're walking past, you hear him kind of scoff. Just under his breath, he scoffs. You guys make your way past him, and you go up the elevator and everything. Once Vance, go ahead. What's up, Dorian?
Dorian had wanted to say something to Travis as he passed. If that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
He takes like a half-second stop, and without necessarily looking at Travis, but just under his breath, you could have helped, and then just continued walking.
As you say that, he raises his hands up and shrugs.
I love him.
Must protect.
So once you guys get up and out of the elevator, Vance looks at you guys and goes, deuces, and just like books it over to the dance floor. You two want to go outside to the car?
Sure.
Okay. So we'll have you guys go outside of the club at this point. Vance,
Yes.
while you're getting into your zone to try and forget or detach from what just happened, You feel a tap on your shoulder. And when you turn around, you see Navalette looking very disappointed. And she stands there for a few moments, total silence, and then she embraces you with a tight hug, holding you very close, and says, "Don't you ever do anything that fucking stupid again."
He's going to be completely shocked before slowly wrapping his arms back around her and just go, I didn't plan to ever do something like that in the first place. I won't.
She lets go of the embrace, and slides her hands down your arm, holds onto your hands, nods, and says, "Do what you must right now to feel better. But you need to reflect on tonight's actions and the words that were spoken to you. I can only deter the elders so much. The rest is truly on you and your friends' actions."
He'll just quietly nod.
She nods back at you and takes 2 steps back, nods over at the DJ, who's already playing music and whatnot, but once she nods at the DJ, he just completely changes it to some hardcore drum and bass, like deep, and she starts just going at it.
He's gonna start dancing as well with her.
Excellent. What are Dorian and Cassandra doing outside?
Generally, not a
I
whole
think
lot.
Cassandra has like at this point just kind of sat against the wall of the building, staring out. Thanks for staying with me earlier. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry I did not maybe believe you earlier. On the first day we met, I wasn't really sure who you were talking to, but now I understand it's something. Maybe you could tell me a little bit more about this so I understand it better.
I can try. It's okay. A lot of people don't understand, but thank you for wanting to. He's... Ever since I was embraced, I noticed sometimes I saw something or heard something, and eventually I realized it was someone else. He told me his name was Mal, and that he was old, and he helped me see things. And I realized he was Mal, like the ghost of...
Oh.
Roll for initiative!
Oh, no.
I realized he was the ghost of my clan leader, like the founder, Malkov. Like, I don't know why he's come back for me to haunt me, help me, but he has, and everyone else thinks it's really cool, and I mean, it is kind of cool, but he's always been there since I've been me. Oh.
What generation would that be, by the way?
That would be
Oh, Kane is
second
first,
generation.
right?
Second generation.
Wow. Huh. Okay. They're really just taking this in. Like, you're really the founder? Like, Mal as in Malkov as in the founder.
I thought that was pretty obvious. I don't know. It just helps me see things.
Huh. Are you concerned maybe a little bit that maybe the Ventrue want Mal rather than you here? Does anyone else know about this?
Yeah, they all know about it. Liam said I had to be protected, which is why he sent me here. And then Lady Nisha mentioned that they all knew about Mal and said it in a very ominous way. They definitely don't care about me. They want him. I knew that. And now that he's gone, I'm scared what they're gonna do to me.
Well, that's our next step. We're gonna find him. But I don't really know how to do that. Hopefully your sire does. That's a good place to start as any. I think the conversation just kind of drifts off into like more detail about that.
Yep.
Talking about that for a little bit.
Morgana, what are you doing with Ambrose while you're sitting down there waiting?
I think she'll probably give him space, but you know, she'll be like looking at him every once in a while, like she wants to say something, but it seems like he's pretty messed up. I think, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
She had thoughts. I think
Ambrose? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think at one point she just kind of like mumbles, "I'm sorry," to Ambrose.
Morgana, darling, I think you should join the others. That would be best. I don't need a manager. I mean, mollycoddling. I don't need that.
A manager?
Never mind what I just said. Join the others, please.
No, I'm here because I'm your friend, and I'm not gonna say anything. I just don't want you to be alone.
Yes, and Vance was my friend too, and do you see the foolishness that came out of that? Please go before anything else.
That's what having each other's backs means.
I want to be social pariah.
I'm not doing anything except sitting here with you.
No, you're being beautiful and sitting there and being gorgeous. Now go and join the others.
No.
Love you.
She's gonna like look away.
Lady Nisha's door opens up, and Warren steps out and says, "All right, Ambrose, come along."
Ambrose shoots up and runs along like a dog behind him.
He opens the door and welcomes you in, puts his hand on your shoulder, and walks you inside and closes the door behind. Lady Nisha has her war axe not just out, but embedded into the war table in front of her. And she goes, "Ambrose, I did not detail to Lady Kafara your transgressions of making yourself known once again to the others. I did not tell her about the use of your phone to use a distraction. I tried to prevent that from happening. I do apologize for not having told you. However, Travis is exceptionally loyal to all of us elders, and the clan. He sees and hears everything. Remember, we've put him in charge of the ghouls of the city. They are our sentries. They hear and see everything in the city, and thereby Travis sees and hears everything. Had I not told Lady Kafara, she would have found out at some point. The fact that she asked him right there was a chance. We'll never know.
I'm sure he does his job wonderfully. But,
Impeccably. We are actually very fortunate enough to have him. He's prevented many of foul things that have tried to come our way. He's halted. However, what I wanted to speak to you on was, besides that minor apology, was that you five did your task. And I had said you would all get a reward. And she reaches down and gets a wooden crate that has a vial, 5 vials, excuse me, of the remaining bloodline of the vampire hunters that you all smelt when she offered the task to you to go out to the Gildas. She hands the crate over to you and says, "Take this. Even though your actions for having almost brought note to our kind does not warrant a reward. Your formidable actions in the fight against the Bruja and protecting your friends, does require a reward. Take these, give them to your friends, and think heavily as to what happened in the sanctum tonight. I'm sure that Lady Kafara told you there will not be a second chance."
Thank you, my lady. You see, I understand very well from the other night exactly what happens in the sanctum. And as you had said before, you all, that Travis was watching us, and I realized that. I thought perhaps it would be better to say it rather than find out later and get everyone in trouble, but didn't mean for Warren to look bad. It was my actions, it was my responsibility, and Vance had nothing to do with it. You understand.
As you start saying that, you see her reach and tap the hilt of her war axe and say, "We know what transpired. We know Vance's actions. We know your actions. Remember, Travis saw everything. And I will caution you to not lie to any elder again."
Sorry, I understand. If it makes any difference at all, a heartbeat, I would trade places with anyone here, anyone's face. I'd rather have anyone's face but my own. I'd rather live in the dark than have my face plastered everywhere and everybody know me. I wish I could change my face.
Warren steps up at this point and then says, "I believe what she's trying to say is, thank you for this moment and this caution. We will be leaving now, Miss Lady Anisha, if you don't mind. And he bows graciously as he pushes your head down as well. And and she pushes the hilt down to detach the axe from the table, attaches it to her hip, leans over the table and starts perusing the maps once again, and just whispers, "Leave now." As you and Warren rush out of the room into the sanctum and see Morgana standing right where you left her.
I'm sorry, Warren. Everyone, your lovely, lovely shirt. And he starts to cry.
The shirt, the shoes, clothing. Quite literally, the least of my concerns right now. I told you, within the first few hours of meeting you, that I would be there for you. I was not tonight, and I apologize for that.
Oh, Warren, no. It's I don't have anything to apologize for. I'm sorry. I made a fool out of you in front of everyone. I'm
You
sorry.
made nothing of me, Ambrose. I am who I am. The elders know who I am. The clan knows who I am. Your actions made you tonight. You did not make me anything, but I was not there to help you when you needed it. And that is not just my shortcoming, but my realization. I can't be there for you. I will be there when I can. I will help you as I can. But I cannot be there always.
I understand. Nevertheless, I'm sorry that I was shameful. Rather shameful. I'll do better. I'll try to do
Go
better.
ahead. We will not speak of any of this again. I am sure that you have learned your place, your lesson, and the after effects of what you have done tonight. There may ripple for quite some time. But as of right now, you and I will not speak of it again. Do you understand?
Warren, I'm sorry. Terribly sorry.
And he looks over at Morgana.
Can we pause for just like 5 seconds?
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
gonna refresh Discord real quick.
Okay.
Freaking Discord went.
Is that what happened?
So
We are
sudden.
headed.
Okay. I had it because you joined in, but because of how that worked, I had to refresh everything to get you back on the screen.
My bad.
All right. Sorry. Continue.
Okay. We're good? No worries. So Warren then looks over at Morgana and goes, I do trust you and your friends will be having a long rest of your evening, discussing the actions of tonight.
Yes, we will we'll have a long night talking about what happened tonight, and it'll be a learning experience. Everything will be fine. How do you think that they're going to fix it?
I couldn't even begin to think. Lady Kafara, she has her hands in all 5 boroughs. You can think of Manhattan and just New York City as her hand, each finger a different borough. She is everywhere at once. She will take care of this.
It's disconcerting.
How did she change her form?
That is beyond my knowledge. Remember, she is ancient. She has knowledges far vast than any of us could imagine.
Okay. She gets you patched up, huh, Ambrose?
Of course, darling. Of course. I'm never better. Shall we join the others?
Warren then goes, Ambrose, give me your phone.
All right, here you are.
And he starts sending a text, and you hear a chime come from his pocket. He says, "You now have my number. Do not store it with a name. You know that's against the rules, but you now have my number in there. Give it to your friends. If you need me, and if I am able, I will be there. Right now, I need to clean up this mess in whatever capacity I can."
Might I suggest convincing the public that that it was one of those sidewalk doubles who try to look like certain celebrities?
That is the avenue we most likely will take.
Yeah, most likely.
I appreciate where your mind is.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you again, Warren. I'll relate to the others. And can he just hug Warren?
Yeah, you can hug him, and he's gonna squeeze the hell out of you right back.
I really am sorry, and I promise I'll reimburse the shirt. I'll get you the finest one. What would you like? Dolce & Gabbana, Estee Lauder, anything you want.
He says, "Stop apologizing. You have no money. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it."
That's right.
And he pushes you aside and starts walking off. You two then make your way past Travis, who kind of sneers at you as you walk past and make your way out through. Yes, go ahead.
Can I look at him and just go and keep walking? That means you're annoying.
Yep, I know. And then he goes, which means fuck you.
Okay. She actually smiles. She kind of like, that's like, it kind of eases her a little bit, and she continues going.
Does
Gotcha.
Morgana speak sign language?
I do, and I want her to a little bit, just a little bit.
Do you have the points for it?
I don't know, maybe.
So you guys make your way up, out, and now you find Cassandra and Dorian deep in discussion outside in the front of the heart of the city. Vance is nowhere to be seen. And that is where we're going to leave off tonight's episode.
I'm sweating!
Wow.
So much happened!
Okay, hold on. The beldam from Caroline.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking the whole time, and that is... Oh, no!
Oh, God. He put her finger into his bone.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I'm shook.
I was so scared.
Oh,
I was so scared the whole time.
No, I'm like, oh my god, are they gonna die? Just straight up execution.
That was crazy. All right.
And no one's gonna do anything. So I want to give everybody 2 experience points tonight. One for the episode, and the other one for awesome role playing from everybody. So everybody gets 2 experience points tonight.
Can we go over what to do with these? at some point?
Yep, absolutely.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. All right, so I actually have a raid set up right now, but if you wanted to say,
Fantastic.
let's do our goodbyes quickly because I would like to raid, and then I'm out of town right now. I'm hanging out with my Tuesday group of D&Ders, so I would love to. And I'm pretty sure Dorky just walked through the door, so I want to run and help him.
I literally heard her voice.
Oh, is that okay? I had myself muted
Oh.
on the stream for a lot of that, so that was good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody, thank you so very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode as much as we did. My name is Dylan. I go by Crippled Ninja on TikTok, the Crippled Ninja on Instagram. My link tree is somewhere in the world. I don't know. I'm just going to go in the order that's in the clockwise from what I have on Discord. So next is Amy, Acidic Meltdown.
I'm Acidic Meltdown on everything. And I play Vance Morgan, who almost just died.
Welcome to Morgana's world.
Next, we have Cloudy Kate.
Hey y'all, my name is Kate. You can find me at the Cloudy Kate on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. If I ever decide to start doing that again.
What's Twitch?
Yeah, I don't know. And I play Cassandra Gale, the Malkavian. Opened up a lot tonight.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely did. Then we have Robin.
I'm Robin. I play the character of Ambrose, and you can follow me on Robin the Goddess on TikTok, and my links are right in there.
And we have Ms.
Hi, I'm Nizzy. I play Morgana Celeste, and I'm on Mad Mischief on everything, and it's spelt a little weird for Twitch, but yeah, it's fine. I have a link tree on my Instagram.
And George.
Hi. Yeah, you guys can follow me on the link tree there. I also run this stream, and I run there's Longshot RPG. I play in the D&D campaign for that, and we actually have we're finalizing some things now, but we have big announcements for that stream in the next 2 weeks or so. And we're also, I'm here now, so you guys are going to actually see like some cool stuff on that channel in terms of like all of us actively being together in the same room. So we got some like activities planned and things like that. So it'll be a good time. But yeah, that's me. Hello, thank you for showing up. Really appreciate you guys. The raid, actually, I had a raid planned, and then
Who are we raiding tonight?
I was raiding someone else, and then they just ended their stream. They're just ending right now. So I'm still gonna try and end it on. Let's see, they're called Nora the Guardian. I have no idea who they are, but they're also running Vampire the Masquerade right now. So it would be really awesome if you guys joined us. They have like 2 viewers right now, so I want to just like splash them with love and so forth. Yeah. So let's just do that. But yeah,
nice. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Splash bomb from Minecraft.
There it is. Appreciate it.
Thank you everybody so much. Let's go do this raid.
Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and cats. Am I saying it wrong?
Man,
Boots and
Dylan.
pants.